Yes, so my name is Sharon because of colonisation. And I just wanted to quickly share with you guys, right, I recently came out as gay. Thank you, no, that means a lot to me. And I was in denial about it for such a long time. I always thought I was really attracted to men, you know, even though I'm not, like, physically attracted to men or, like, you know, spiritually attracted to men or, like, you know, emotionally attracted to men. I am financially attracted to men. And I thought this was enough for the longest time, but, you know, I had to really look at myself in the mirror and I was like, Sharon, you need to upgrade to the full-time lesbian package. And so I did, and I'm having such an amazing time. I'm learning so many new things, like, did you know that women can have orgasms during sex? I was so blown away. And I feel like men overcomplicate this so much, right? Literally, it's as simple as, I'll give you a little demonstration, right? Feel free to take this home. You see how I've got my wrist out like this? I've started this turning motion. Can you see this little turning motion in my wrist? What you want to do is you want to grab the doorknob and turn it and leave, because actually men aren't capable of even doing that. Why would you? How dare you? Can I do some impressions for you guys? Can I do some impressions? Is that all right? Some impressions? Okay, fabulous. Okay. This is my impression of a table when you put a really hot drink down in it without a coaster. If we're going to do this, we need protection. Okay. Thank you, okay. This is my impression of my bed sheets. God, Sharon, you have so much sex. Okay. This is my impression of me in a relationship. I'm not gonna lie, I've been finding it really hard to, like, open up and be vulnerable with you. And no, I'm taking the time out to work on myself, and I know it's not easy. I've been really trying to kind of push past what I've learned growing up. And wait, no, don't, please, okay, all right, bye then, I guess. Okay, now this is my impression of someone in a relationship with me. God, Sharon, you're so sexy. Thank you. Stop. Fab. So I don't know if you guys can actually tell under this lighting, but I'm black, like full time, and it's great. Thanks for asking. I feel like recently we've been having these discussions in the UK about what it means to be a minority and race relations, and I feel like a lot of this has been centered around whiteness, which makes me kind of upset. You know, we've been talking a lot about, for example, white privilege, and I think really the focus needs to be on black privilege. I don't know if you guys have heard of black privilege. I'm seeing a lot of confused faces. Okay, I'll break it down for you, right? I'll give you some examples of how black people benefit from their race, right? So as you may know, when a black person walks into a shop, they're followed by security. And this is actually to ensure that we get the best shopping experience. I'll give you another example. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the time, kind of, when black people go to jail, they'll serve a longer jail sentence than their white counterparts, right? And this is a government initiative so that we save on rent, which is amazing. I think perhaps my favorite benefit of black privilege, right, is I used to want to be a sugar baby for the longest time. And I always felt so guilty about it. I was like, oh, you know, is it wrong? And then I had to look at myself and be like, Sharon, if you're going to be taking money from an old white man, you can just call it reparations. So I'm really rich now, which is great. Something else you need to know about me, I actually work with kids. I work with kids because if I don't get happy childhood, no one does. And I love it, no, in all honesty, I do. I really enjoy it. Working with kids is so fun. I feel like I'm constantly learning things because they tell you things unprovoked, right? And I'll give you an example of this. I was doing a one-to-one with one of my students the other day, and she was like, Miss, you know my uncle, the one that lives with us? And I was like, yeah. She was like, he's actually here illegally. And I was like, what the fuck? Why would you tell me that? Because now I'm absolutely going to blackmail you. Of course I am. Of course I'm going to blackmail you. I was like, listen, you've got a really important test coming up. You're either going to do really well or your uncle's going to be deported. And she did so well. She did amazingly. I've kind of been working with kids has kind of made me start to think about, do I want kids? And I'm kind of like halfway between the absolutely not and yes, but only if I adopt 3 white babies. And I'll explain right. So the first white baby I'd have, it'd be kind of like a scapegoat. So when someone's like, Sharon, you're racist, I'd be like, no, I have a white baby in my handbag and his name's Cornelius. I can't be racist. The second white baby I'd have, right? I've actually been looking into it, and they go for a lot of money in the dark web. So it's just like a fun little nest egg. And then the third one, because comedy works in rules of three. But kind of, I've been seeing, I don't know if you guys have been seeing this on Facebook, like everywhere, but like these videos of this little white baby and this little black baby, and they're running up to each other in the street, and the caption's always something like, you know, racism is taught, racism is learned, people aren't born racist. And I'm just kind of like, well, how do you know what they're saying to each other? Wow, this has been fabulous. Just quickly before I go, even being here, it would be impossible without so many people. So I just have like a little thank you, if that's okay. It's going to be really quick, I promise. So I want to thank puberty for giving me the chest of a 12-year-old boy and making me humble. I want to thank Tesco for having a banging meal deal. I want to thank Boots for having a meal deal at all. You can be a pharmacist and sell food. You can. You can. And kind of last but not least, I want to thank you all for being here. And I want to thank your mums, because I shagged them all. Thank you so much. I've been Sharon. You guys have been fabulous.